Yes, it's time for another week analysis. It's already week 13 of the year. Time is moving fast. So, yes, we can see that we had a DXY in front of us. We have the weekly chart. Um, and let's get straight into it. Yes, so the DXY has been pushing up. It has been respecting this now inverse weekly fair value gap. This. So yeah, we have this weekly inverse fair value gap, right, where price came down to this area and then pushed up. So I did have this new swing point from this high to that low, and I said that we would came to this area, take out the previous weekly high, and then get some kind of reaction. And what we did was we did exactly that. We came down, we came up, respected that high initially, and then we came back to this daily busy, right, where we got our next push phase from. So you can see that I have been bullish because I had a strong low and weak high marked up, and so my thing was that we were going to respect this. So I was wrong in this end where I said that we would get down all the way and from here we would push up, but instead what we did was we did respect that. We respect this range initially. We came back to a discount, found the P Arena discount in the form of a bullish fair value gap, and then we will start pushing up to take out this weekly high. So I am bullish on DXY until we have taken out that high. And if we look for a structure wise, people if people think that the DXY will drop, some of the people out there, the trading gurus, they think that they will drop. Others say it's going sideways. Others say it's pushing up. What we can do, what we always are doing, we're just following market structure, right? So we can see that we are in a at this moment a premium from this low from this low to that high. We are currently at a premium because we are above the equilibrium. We do have this low and this high, and we are pushing up, and I'm expecting price to take out that high, but we need to remember that we still are in a down in a premium, right? So I'm definitely targeting this high, and then we do have this kind of breaker structure, and then we need to see how we respect this low too, because swing high at a swing low, push up, push down. So this area, this high, is also interesting for me. If we were to see a bearish QM in this area, right? So we can see a low, swing high, lower low, higher high compared to that one, but not that one. And then we see this move down, and we can still see that we have this imbalance from. So this is also an interesting area for me where I can look to maybe take some shorts off, but otherwise I am definitely bullish. We do have the 50% of this daily CB where price could. We have the psychological number also, which is another confluence, push up and then get some kind of reaction, and then I would like to see on lower time frames be pushing up, because I see this as buy side liquidity too. For me, this one is a buy side liquidity. So yeah, that's definitely that's the DXY. I am bullish short term, and then we need to react to what we see. Okay, and then we go to the euro. And we can see what I said would happen. The previous week, which was very funny, because price almost did what I expected. So I said that we will get down to this daily CB, and then we will get down to this BC, right? And from there we will attack this highs. But price instead, what it did was it respected this daily CB, and we do actually have a new range from that to this. I did see it afterwards, but that's why I wasn't in a long position on either GU or Euro, because I saw it afterwards what price really wanted to do. But what I said would happen, you can see I said that we would came up to this daily CB, then we'll get down to this BC, and then we will eventually attack some buy side liquidity, right? And we do have some buy side liquidity, but instead price formed some new lower ranges, and from there we expanded very aggressively. So now it's quite easy. We are bearish. We are bearish on Euro. We are bearish on GU, and all of the dollar inverse correlated pairs, right? So with that being said, let's take away these old notes. And let's jump right into it. So we had this swing low on the weekly. We pushed right through. We took out this swing low, and now we are starting to not respect higher time frames, PDRAs, or not high time frames, but bullish time frame, bullish PDRA, sorry. So what I mean is that we do have this daily, for example, daily BC, from that high to that candle's low, and that would be, but we just blew right through. So there's a chance that this area will work as some kind of daily inverse fair value gap. Right? We do have this daily inverse fair value gap right now because it was initially a busy, but now it blew right through. I would consider maybe looking for sells if we came up to this area, and then we can see some kind of market structure shift on lower time frames, and then we could eventually maybe push down. Break, break, swing low, break, break, break. Yeah, we are definitely bearish on the euro. Nothing to say there. And now we also I can add we also have some fundamental movements, fundamental reasons why we shouldn't be in any not being into a trade, but we need to be careful because there are some movements that's happening inside the world. We do have this Russia Moscow thing, so there's a high chance, honestly, that the DXY could jump up and just push up right through, maybe come back down later during Tuesday, Wednesday, and then eventually keep pushing up, right? Which means that the euro, the GU, all the pairs will keep melting. Because we can see that price we did on the monthly, we have the swing low, we have the swing high, we have the swing low that was being broken, and now we do have our lower high, because this is a swing high which is lower than this swing high, and now we're trying to see on lower time frames what price is trying to tell us. But this really means that now the DXY has shown us what it wants to do, and honestly, this is what price will do. It will come back to this area, right? So monthly, we are in a right swing high, swing low, and then on the weekly, nothing to say there. I would really like to see euro maybe retrace one last time till this area, and then we could maybe keep dropping, right? So this week was a week with a lot of good movements. We did catch a lot of good trades, not on euro or GU, because I didn't take any trades on those pairs. So yeah, so I'm bearish on GU. We can mark up our areas. There's nothing to say here. We do have this liquidity here. Okay, we can't do any alerts at this time, but this is liquidity. I would like to see price maybe get some kind of reaction once we're taking out this low, maybe come back to this daily level. This would be a good move if we were to bish maybe, and then that would be a nice move. But let's see. This daily inverse parallel gap is definitely a area where I would look to take some sell opportunities. So yeah. Asian high. Nah, this will be broken. So I will look to take some sells in some good old-fashioned, if we put out some Fibonacci, which I'm not using quite not as much and frequently as I used to, but it's a good tool to just to see where you are in your ranges. It's not from this area because we will definitely maybe get the reaction once we're taken out this low. We do have this order block, so yeah, this would be, if price were to come up to this area and we see some shift, then it's bye bye. It's melting time. Okay, so yeah, euro bearish, nothing too much to say. We will definitely, maybe this is a low, we have some liquidity down here, but we are bearish on the euro. It's time for the GBP USD. Okay, so we can see what I was looking at previous week. I said that price would get down to this weekly level, which it did. During Tuesday, we got a reaction. It's very precise, these levels too, right? Why? Because we had this daily busy and we had this weekly level. We did get a reaction. We came back up. We had created a lower time frame range, new range from that high to that low, and we did leave some traces in the form of a daily CB, and then we left it aggressively. So nothing strange here. Very nice move. All of this was placed in the previous weekly film, right? Which I filmed for the week 12. So yeah, we had this daily busy. Okay, so price did instead go down. So now it's quite easy. We do have liquidity here, here, and here. So now what I will look for is for price to maybe give us a new, maybe less opportunity to hang out to this continuation to go down, because I'm very bearish on pound at this moment. So yeah, I'm looking for price to, we did take out this This liquidity. And then we got some massive push, right? So now I would want to see price to maybe get some pullback and then continuation. I would say that this high from this candle will be protected, and yeah, or maybe we will. Now we do have this weekly BC that was violated. We will probably use it as some kind of resistance too, and we can see at the same time that we do have this daily order block, right? Quite easy to notice. So if we were to see some kind of push up, then I would like to see a aggressive sell. So where can we take some sells from? We do have this H4 being mitigated. We do have this H1 being mitigated. We will always want to see what? So we have this H1, fair value gap or CB, whatever you want to call it. This is a good level to look for some sells, definitely. We do have some H4 also above. So is it safe to take this one when we have a H4 CB just above? That's not a question. But we do have the psychological number of 127,500. So this kind of move, I never having 54 pips for stop loss, never. But if people want to do that, they are more than welcome. Yeah. So we have to wait and see what price wants to do, and when price decides to get up to these levels. So that's also important, right? So I'm bearish on GU, I'm bearish on AUD USD. So we did have this weekly fair value gap where I said price, I was bullish. Why? Because we did have this bullish QM from this monthly fair value gap. Honestly, we are not as bullish on AU. We're not as bearish on AU as we are on GU, for example, for me. We need to see how price reacts to this level, but yeah. Yeah. We do have this bullish order block, right? Where price tapped into it, this daily bullish order block. we have at this moment we have failed to make higher high. So we did have this swing high, which was being respected, and this swing low. So we are now in this range from this low to that high. And if I would want to see price, we do have this previous weekly low. For me, AUD, based on how it looks more bullish. So there is a chance that we may see we may take out that previous weekly low and then get some bullish kind of reaction. That's my, but I need to see this low being respected. If this low is being violated, then I need to shift my my mindset, and then we're being bearish. So this being internal range liquidity for me is what's matter. Let's see on the H1 maybe if we can see some maybe less PD array on the discount where we may see some nice bullish movement from. So we do have this this busy with a bullish order block, and it looks like we tapped into it. No, we did not. So this is another good confluence that maybe price wants to take out that low, inverse fair value gap. So we do, there's a lot of confirmations or correlations for AUD. For me looks more bullish than GU and Euro, definitely. So I can see this kind of move. If we were to see a shift once we've taken out that high, so if we were to see this kind of move, maybe we may be fooling around, and then we start to see this kind of move from this area. Once we've taken out that liquidity, yeah, then I will enter here, and then I will ride it up. And I need to see if AUD do have some news maybe, which can trigger it and take it up, right? We need to see, we need to wait and see. So yeah, I'm more bullish, but we need to respect this low. As long as we respect this low, as long as we respect this low, this is our strong low currently. And we need to remember that we are currently also in our monthly busy, right? So we can see another huge push from this level. So we need to keep it in mind, right? And then last but not least, or we can take Euro GBP too. So yeah, I had put out that level before because I was bearish on the DXY, but now it's quite Okay, USD CAD. Let's get into it. I'm anticipating bearish weekly profile because of higher time frame. Dun, 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 dun. This pair does have the same kind of look as the DXY, which is not strange because they are correlated. So yeah, we do external liquidity down here, and then we do this one up here. So we are in a bullish range on the monthly, right? Low to high. We are currently at a premium. We do have some buy side liquidity here, boom, which price probably will attack. Okay, so now we do have to find some levels which is interesting for us. So here on weekly, nothing that's, we do have this swing low. Okay, so we did have the swing low being taken out. Yeah. So all of this for me is buy side liquidity. Buy side liquidity. Okay, so yeah, USD CAD for me is nothing strange here. Now we can see that we are bullish. It has shown us what it wants to do. Now I would like to see if we were to say support and resistance kind of theory. Then we have this kind of level. Right, so we do have the previous weekly. and the previous weekly low, right? So nothing to say here really. We do have this H4 busy, internal range. If price were to come back to these levels, yeah, H4 is nuts. I can maybe find something in this bullish order block for me. That would be a good maybe level if price were to make some lower time frame correlations, and then we're probably just pushing up. But from here, I can see that honestly we can also move very aggressively on USD CAD bullish and on the other pairs bearish. I can see that happening too. Why? Because we are in the second quarter of the year soon. April starts soon. We do have our quarterly month almost printed out, so we can see where we are in this range. USD CAD, we have buy side liquidity, we took out some sell side liquidity. Now we want to see some aggressively push up. Okay, nothing to. And last one, Euro GBP. We've taken out okay. Monthly, we are in this lower. Let's see how we respect that one. We made a swing high. So we are currently at this range. So we can see that we are more or less are just consolidating. We're making lower lows, but we're just wicking right through. We do have some buy side liquidity. So this pair is not maybe the best one to trade, honestly. But and then we do have this low to that high. So we are in a so we can see that we have time frames on time frames on time frames. But this is a low. It's a high. Bullish order block. So weekly CB, right? So I can see price pushing up to that area, but we still need to remember we do have liquidity. Double lows, whatever you want to call it. So based on that, and then we saw this low. Yeah. Now what I want to see is for Euro GBP to quite easy, not easy, I won't tell you, I won't say it's easy, but we do have this daily busy, right? For me, it's much easier to look for longs. It's much more, yeah. We do have daily busy, we have this H4 if you want to refine it, H4 for value gap, so whatever you want to call it. So for us, yeah, I'm very bullish on Euro GBP. So this is our strong low. This is probably our weak high, and we will definitely expand. Weak high. So Euro GBP for me is the one that looks very, very nice to take some longs on. So maybe we do have this H4 order block. Let's make it blue. H4 order block where price could, if it wants. Nah, this H1 is too good. It's a whole candle. H1. We do have fair value gap too, right? So yeah, I would like to see price maybe come down to this order block. And then we will probably we will get some kind of reaction from this weekly CB, but I would want for it to honestly to work as a resistance. We will probably exceed this kind of move. Dish, maybe some kind of reaction, and then we'll just continue up. So I'm bullish on this pair. Nothing strange to say about that. It's not quite an easy setup on Euro GBP. I can still lose, of course, but this is no financial advices. This is just my view on the market, and then we'll take it from there, right? We'll just take it from there. We do have some other pairs, but we'll save it for maybe another time. But what I can say is that my previous lab account that I started at $500 that came down to 200. I've actually made it back to like 520, something like that. So I am in a good winning streak. It's funny to see that once you see some improvement, it's a nice feeling. But we're far from done. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, that's week analysis for week 13. Have a nice weekend, everyone, and see you soon.